Well, hello there. I've got a special announcement this week before we get started. We have opened up enrollment for the Transformation ReBoot program for the month of October. If you guys feel like you could use some coaching, accountability, and support from an amazing community heading into this holiday season, then head on over to millionpoundmission.com and start your free 10-day trial of the Transformation ReBoot membership. Our next enrollment period won't be until January, so start your 10-day free trial today and set yourself up so that this holiday season, you can lose weight instead of losing your momentum. What's up, podcast fans? This is a very special episode of the Million Pound Mission podcast, where you're going to get to listen in as I do a strategy session with one of my coaching clients for my Transformation ReBoot program. The goal of each one of these strategy sessions is to help my client identify, analyze, and prepare ahead for their top transformation danger zones. If you think that you could benefit from a coaching session like this, you can head on over to millionpoundmission.com and check out all of the information on my Transformation ReBoot membership. Now, let's dive into the episode. All right, Heather, welcome to your hot seat session. What would you like to focus on here today?
The problem of being an upholder. So that's the problem. I went to you know how upholders, we like to do things correctly.
Yeah.
So I went to a nutritionist last Friday. And so she gave me a plan, and I absolutely hate the plan. And I have to go see her in 2 months, telling her how I like the plan. And I don't want to do her plan.
Yeah.
Because she wants me to eat like 6 grains a day.
Yeah.
Thank you for that face, because I'm going, and I told her my whole history of keto. I told her I want to eat whole foods. And when someone suggests that I'm eating bread every day, or a slice of bread is good for you, or English muffin, but yet I'm a upholder, and I'm going to go see her in 2 months. So it's like, oh, I hate wanting to not follow the plan, but she gave me a plan and that accountability in 2 months. So
Yeah.
help me, Adam, help me.
So was that like, how did this meeting come about? Is it something that you paid for? Or is that something that like work thing?
I was talking to my doctor about doing the Million Pound Mission and how my goal is to be healthy this year. And she said, we have a nutritionist on staff, so why don't you go and meet her? And I said, absolutely, no problem. I'd love to meet her. And that's my problem. I met her.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Like, I'm not going to paint nutritionists with a broad brush, but a lot, people that go to college, even that graduate right now and become nutritionists, are learning things that are 20 years old, like food pyramid, 12 grains every day. And so it's not their fault. It's what they're learning. And the speed of nutrition moves at the speed of the internet, and college hasn't caught up to that yet. I would, it's like if you listen to a podcast and you heard somebody say you should eat six grains a day, then you wouldn't feel like obligated to do that. So, I wouldn't do it.
Thank you. Because I'm an upholder, so therefore it kills me, because drew the little pictures and gave me the little plan and told me to work on it, and it worked for her and everything else like that. And I'm going, but I don't want to do that. I really want to focus on whole foods. I really want to say, I'm eating an apple, I'm eating a carrot, and not have to read those ingredients. I mean, that's the big thing. When you look in the third ingredient is sugar, it's bad for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for you. I mean, and you don't have to, just a lot of people put
Thank you, because I'm an upholder. So I don't have to. If I listen to you, then I am good at it.
People put doctors up on this pedestal, and like doctors, know like nothing about nutrition unless they go, and like there are a lot of public speaker doctors that are going out and learning about keto, learning about paleo, learning about whole foods, learning about being vegan, or whatever. And they're on their own going to do it. But just because somebody's a doctor doesn't mean that they should be pointing you in any sort of direction for nutrition. And that's just kind of the way it is. But I mean, it's something that, what I would do is call, and I would just cancel the appointment to follow up and be like, listen, this just doesn't vibe with what I'm trying to do and what I know, or whatever, just give them an excuse that it's just not going to be your thing. And I would just cancel the follow up, and that way.
How old is that Grain Brain book? I mean, Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I was sitting there listening to her, and she was just telling me how good carbs are. And I know that carbs are okay, but I also can get them from apples and different
Yeah.
fruits and vegetables. You can get carbs. I
Yeah.
don't need to pick up a piece of bread to get carbs in my life.
Yeah.
And
So
then also, you'll love, I'm sorry, you'll love the protein. You ready?
yeah.
5 to 6 ounces
Total.
total.
Yeah. That's not very much. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty old school approach. So I would run the other direction enthusiastically.
Okay. Thank
Um,
you.
but yeah, just let your doctor know, or, whoever you feel like you need to explain to, like, listen, I'm invested in a program. It's been working for me. I just wanted to kind of see what you guys had. Doesn't seem like it's going to be the direction I want to go. So we can go ahead and cancel that appointment. No big deal.
Okay.
But, so what did your doctor have to say about all this in
Because I
general?
told her that when I see her again, with the physical checkup, that I should be 30 pounds lighter. That is my goal, to be
That's
30
your
pounds lighter.
accountability.
That's my accountability.
That's
What
your
I need to
upholder
yeah.
goal right there. Not
Yes.
you have to go and follow this plan that some
Okay.
random person gave you.
Thank you. Because
Yeah.
it's just really for the past week. I mean, I'm looking at an English muffin like, I really don't want to eat you. I don't
No,
want that at all.
no, no, and you shouldn't have to. And yeah. I mean, you've learned to love enough that like, okay, this isn't, people can lose weight on that 100%, but that's
Yeah.
just calories in, calories out. And I'm more concerned with
Yes.
quality of calories in, quality of calories out. And those are the types of things that I want on the calories out list,
Yes.
and we replace that with sweet potatoes. We replace that with apples, oranges, stuff that grows in the ground.
Yes.
It has one ingredient because it's food. And
That's exactly that's what my focus is on. And all of a sudden she said that to me. I'm like, oh, I
yeah,
just felt so defeated because I'm such an upholder. I'm like, well, now I got to do this. And I don't want to do this.
yeah, yeah. And So yeah, I think the next step is just have that conversation. And I would do it as quick as possible so you don't
Okay.
stress out about it. Cause I'm the same way. Like when a person of authority or a person that I give an authority to
Yes.
gives me some marching orders, I do feel obligated to follow that and follow the rules and follow the game plan. I don't like letting people down or hurting
Yes.
feelings.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't like any of that. So
Yes. And the guilt and going, oh, I really don't want to do this.
yeah,
But it's bad for you.
yeah,
But then you're told to do it and you're going, why? You know?
yeah. So being an upholder, I think that what you put the fire into is that 30-pound goal of like, I'm going to be down 30 pounds. And we can even this could even level it up even more because that, all right, you're going against what the nutritionist is saying, but you're going to do it anyway and prove to them that the path that you're walking can get you there just as effective as whatever they're suggesting. So yeah, I think that it would be a good come hell or high water, we're going to be down that 30 pounds and you're going to say you did it with intermittent fasting or whole
And
foods.
you just walk out and say, suck it.
Yeah. You're a terrible doctor. No, we're not saying that at all. Doctors are very important.
Yes, they are.
But
I mean, my doctor's very supportive. Like, oh, we got a new, nutritionist on staff. Why don't you go visit her? Help her out. Because I was telling her about all the different plans I was doing. So it's like,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's some of the bureaucracy of an office too. It's like there's a new person, we're trying to send them business. There's some sort of deal there that she's renting space off of them, or she's an employee of them, and there's some sort of kickback situation. It's just that is that's what people do when they own businesses. And if I get a new trainer at the gym, I try to fill their schedule and just kind of get them experience and things like that. So it's part of the business side. But yeah, I wouldn't feel guilty about it at all. Like
thank you, Adam.
I'm proud of you for bringing this up instead of just
Yeah.
doing it and be like, well, the doctor says, because a lot of people do that. They don't question authority at all. And again, not to heavily doctor bash, but I mean, there are smart people that do this across, career choices. They're smart trainers, they're smart nutritionists, they're smart doctors. And one of the errors that I see is that people that are very, very experienced don't question their own first intuition. So a doctor at one point when I was having blood pressure issues, I was passing out, my heart was all jacked up and I was lifting heavy weights. And he said, he's a very locally famous doctor. He's worked with the Indiana University sports and the Olympic team. And he goes, oh, it's the weightlifting that's causing that. And I questioned it. I was like, like, it doesn't make total sense. Like, the heart's a muscle, and I get that, but it doesn't make total sense. And then 6 months later, a study came out that the prescription anti-inflammatories that he was giving me were causing people's hearts to like explode because they were increasing the thickness. And he didn't even consider the thing that he was giving me was the actual cause. He was blaming lifting heavy weights. So I was getting free samples, so I couldn't sue Vioxx. Vioxx was the drug. And so people died from taking that. And I was popping it before every workout because I was getting, achy joints. And so medical professionals, people all across the board, again, get into that. I've been doing this forever. My first intuition is always right. I'm experienced. I'm an expert, and we don't second guess our own first thought. So sometimes it's our job as the patient or the client to sit and go, okay, well, that's one option. What are the other options? And let's look at it across the board. So does that make sense?
That definitely makes sense. Just as long as you said as an upholder, it's okay if I don't do it. I'm happy about that.
You have permission.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. So speaking of workouts, how are your workouts going?
Going well. It's a little bit as this week was spotty because it was actually with the first day with the kids.
Back to school, yeah.
So back to school, but I'm back to next week will be good. So yeah.
Good. Yeah. So I think the nice thing that we've got with you now is we know a couple things that work. We know some nutrition plans that have worked well. We have a fitness routine that's working well. You're coming to the event in October, so we get a nice ramp up heading into the holiday season. This is good. And between now, ramp up into October when I see you here at the mothership, and then we ramp it up big time as we head in towards that next cycle, which will be Thanksgiving. And that way, hopefully we've got some momentum behind us, and we can, make slow progress, or at least maintain during the holiday season. And you know how it is. By the way, happy anniversary. It's one year in the program this month. So I didn't want to forget to announce that loud and proud. That's very exciting. My first batch of rebooters, 1 year.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah.
When you said, hey, I'm starting it up, I jumped right on. So yeah.
So okay, since you've been in for a year, what's the biggest takeaway that you've had from being in the group for a whole year?
Just to be active. When people are just to be active, just to make the Zoom chats, just to make else you call them out. I know you do that on Zoom chats.
Yeah.
and just to, do the calls, and just to be active on Facebook, because you can't do it by yourself. Yeah. We all think we can do it by ourselves. You can't do it by yourself. You need accountability buddy. You just can't do it. Even as an upholder, I need my accountability buddy to make sure I'm doing it. So yeah.
That's a good point, because we all need external accountability of some form, right? No matter what tendency we have, no matter what Gretchen Rubin diagnosis is as, that external accountability is a big part of the journey. So I'm glad you're enjoying that. That's awesome. Thanks for the testimonial included there. That's
telling you,
ready-made testimonial.
Because it's like the accountability is like the gas that gets you where you need to go.
Yeah.
And if you don't have gas, you're not going to go anywhere. You have a car, but you can't use it.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. Like before, I would do it by myself, and I'd be like, oh, I'm going to do this and this. But then I would go off course, and no one would say, hey, by the way, you got to go back. So, yeah.
So what I took away from that last part was that the reboot program has given you gas.
Exactly. Fuel for the fire. Fuel for the fire to live, I tell you.
Fuel for the fire. Excellent. Yeah, if you eat all those processed carbs, you will have gas.
I know. I just
report back to the nutritionist.
I got so sick eating that English muffin the next day. I could not believe it. Oh my gosh.
A cheat meal. Ooh.
Oh, it was awful.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you've stuck around with the crew for a full year, and you keep showing up. You keep walking through that virtual door, and good things are happening. So
looking forward to October. That'll be fun.
Yes, it'll be Rocktober down in Bloomington. All right, my friend. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon inside the group. All right. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you're someone that has been sucked into that black hole of weight loss doom, where you lose that weight, you gain it back over and over and over again, I would love to help you out by providing you with some coaching, a rock solid monthly game plan, and I'm going to plug you into an amazing transformation tribe of like-minded people. Head on over to millionpoundmission.com and get all of the information on my Transformation ReBoot membership. See you on the next episode.